That's old.
Yep.
Well, that's the old one. And this isn't a resumed one. This is a new one, which has the weirdest name you've ever seen. Because I just punched it, but and I've got, all right. So it's obvious to me, I don't have the connectivity tonight. It keeps dropping in. If this drops one more time, that's it for the night. Pretend I said go make stuff. I'm going to go until I see it drop off again, but for some reason this evening, I have really bad internets. So, but anyway, what I'm doing is I'm making sockets for these motors, these servo motors. I'll have 4 of them, each controlling a paddle of the head. And I'm figuring out exactly how I'm going to attach to them. I need a T-shaped piece to be nice and flat, and then that will allow my foam to rest up against here, kind of. That T-shaped piece will attach this way, and then it'll flatten out, and I can attach foam to it. I'm probably also going to run a piece of rubber band across it so that the motor isn't pulling it up all by itself. It means there'll be a little bit of tension on it when it pulls down, but I'm fine with that. Again, there's going to have to be a fabric hinge here. This is going to be fairly complicated to get right. But now that I have these little motors in place, anyway, they come just like this. The lightest materials with a 3-tier system. I don't know how. I'd have to look it up. Let me look it up and then shoot me a message, and I can help you out with those. But right now, off the top of my head, I know what the janitor looks like. He's got long arms, and he's got like all of his skin has fallen down, if I recall correctly. Like there's something weird with skin. He doesn't have eyes. But here's the servo, and there's a horn for the servo. There's a bunch of different shapes of these. I'm using the disc for maximum surface area. And it's a good press fit right down in there. And I'll be able to put a screw in that, and that'll hold that down. I've always been bad with names. Yeah, once again, guys, if my connection drops again, I'm just going to end it for the night. Is there a way to connect my prosthetic latex arm through muscle stimulants or sensory nodes? You are getting into advanced. Yeah, I'm not so good at the technology. All right. Because here's my axis does this. And I want that pedal to do this. Okay, good. I may need a little more play on this one. Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob, you ever do anything with servos?
No. I know how they work.
How do they work?
They're basically just little motors that do rotation programming. Once you program it into this box, they will operate, see, and they turn. They're just little motors that turn. I was in a Boy Scouts. We made things.
Man, my Boy Scouts, I was in like the military Boy Scouts.
Yeah?
We didn't do anything with servos or anything.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a dream. We played a lot of manhunt and did a lot of low-impact camping.
Low impact camping being with bathrooms?
No, low impact on the environment.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even bring a tent.
Oh. I've done that a few times. Slept outside a few times. Not
Again,
necessarily my favorite.
I grew up in Aberdeen, Maryland, and that's where my Boy Scout troop was, and all our meetings were held on Aberdeen Proving Ground, which is an Army base.
No, I was Texas Boy Scouts. We did barbecue and hunting and stuff.
No, we did a lot of. My Boy Scout troop was a paramilitary group. Let's put it that way.
Explains so much. Okay.
What you got there, Rob?
Bunch of little plastic Tupperware containers.
So what are they?
Sure Fresh, reusable mini containers and lids.
What will they be?
I assume they're apocalypse.
Respirators.
Those are tiny little respirators. I'm still curious to see how you're going to work that coffee can into one without it taking over their entire face.
Sometimes maybe you want to take over their entire face, Rob. You ever think about that? It's not always about you.
No, I know. I'm just a selfish one. Oh, these are inks.
So what I'm doing is I'm leveling off this area to make a little shelf. So I have as much of a pocket to hold the motor as I can. But I also have room for this to turn, which is what I need.
Is this a ghillie?
Yeah, it's another ghillie suit for a tree creature.
Tree creatures.
So all of these guys can meet up no problem, and I think they'll be able to meet up behind the back of the head no problem. Will they be able? I don't think they'll all be able to meet up on top of the head unless I do like a 6-inch or 12-inch extension of this, which I should be able to do. These are Emax ESO8A2 servos. 1 inch away from it, it'll lift about a pound. Okay, so that's a pretty good amount of torque. I shouldn't need that much torque. I'm going to be very light with my my flaps. Very lightweight. What's that, Rob? Rob makes a lot of noises.
I do. I talk to myself a lot too. Old habits die hard.
Rob was a stay-at-home dad for many years. And just like being raised by wolves, that can cause you to be desocialized to adults.
It's true.
You laugh because it's true.
It's true. I can't argue with that.
Okay. I'm probably going to put the wires on the outside in order to keep them from getting any danger of moisture contamination. That's why I'm sculpting a pocket for the servos, so that when this is out, this will be molded in latex, and it won't, the bottom of the servo won't be near the inside of the head, because there'll be a lot of moisture in there. Good timing, Dave. Hello, Matt B. Anyone you would suggest for DIY Renaissance style hood? I've made a style. Do you really mean a liriput, which is actually 12th century, or do you mean just a nice hooded cloak, which is timeless, my friend? Hello, Window Licker. Glad to see you on. I do hate me some technology, that's for sure. For shizzle, as they say. I was just in California. I have learned to speak the language. For shizzle, minizzle.
You didn't get any sushi while you're there, did you?
Oh gosh, no. Why would I do that to myself?
Sushi's amazing.
Gross.
That's something you and I totally disagree on.
Rob, and I think the rest of the wraps are yours, man.
Oh, okay.
She made them extra lettucey. It's my favorite type of lettuce. That's butter lettuce, but it's not even like that's like saying my favorite kind of staple to go into my big toe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still a staple going on your big toe.
Favorite table saw that cuts off your finger.
Yeah, that's my favorite table saw to run my hand through. It's got a good handle and a comfortable grip for the other hand. And the spatter shield really works. Alright, so for this to function, I gotta have that little plastic horn on there. And this comes with a lot of these, okay? A servo, it comes with a bunch of different types. A little cross. With these, I'll use that push-pull bar. But for now, all I really need is this disc. Because that's got like the maximum gluing area. One in a row. See how I'm just tracing that with the tool there? I've got really fresh clay on the end, so I had to make this wider. And then I have hard clay up here. So I tend to just push through and then blow through that bottom end. But it's clay, so I can just reattach it. Rob, you almost have 1 of 7 countertops cleaned off.
Well, you are a one-man wrecking crew.
That means I'll make stuff.
You do make some. You make all this.
Alright. And I leave a little lip. Watch me lip, lip, lip. Watch me nay nay. I was expecting an audible groan from Rob for that one, but I didn't get it.
Nope.
So he sees right through my ploy.
I've gotten used to your shenanigans.
Try this on for size. Okay, I now have 4 little servo motors set up in my piece. I'm not going to wire this, of course, until the end. That's not got a lot of weight to it. That's a pretty light piece of machinery here. There'll be a button that connects into here. And actually there won't be a button that connects into here. What will be connected into here Yes, all 4 servos will run at the same time. But I'm not going to do that through linkage. I'm going to do that through programming. I'm just going to program all of them to do the exact same thing. And that's just open up. '12th century style hood. Okay. In all honesty, there's a great place for that, but just Google image search it. Google image search 12th century hood pattern, and they will pop up like crazy. There is there's an art site that has a lot of them on there. And man, I forget the name of that art site right now, but it's a good one. Trust me. Okay. First time watching a live broadcast. Followed you on YouTube for very... Oh, Newman, thank you very much. Newman Brown, thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it. Don't eat bait. There you go. Okay, so the reason why I titled that is I was so frustrated with the phone. I actually had to turn the phone off and then restart it. So that is how I got it to work. Because sometimes the electronics thinks that they know more than you. Just for kicks, I need to get one of these. This is what the final head pedals will be looking like. Here, it is the not looking like, this is how what they're made out of. Rob just got a table clean. I'm going to use it.
I think he's going to trash it.
Right. Rob knows me so well. Rob, get me a razor knife, please, sir.
Yep. You want a razor knife or you want one of these?
Knife. Hello from Puerto Rico. You know what? I love Puerto Rico. I've done trading and I work a lot with Soul Scream's haunted house in Puerto Rico. I don't know if you are involved with a haunted house there, but Puerto Rico is one of my favorite places in the world. Everywhere you go smells like flowers. Why is that funny?
It was just more like interesting.
Soul Springs is down in Ponce, and beautiful place and a castle. It's a good time. Now this is just a tester. But I need to see how much will this cover. If this is right here, that covers a lot. I'll probably slide this one down this way. I know I said if I drop connection one more time, I'd stop. Well, I did drop connection, but I didn't stop. So here we are. If it becomes bad, I'm going to cut off, though. made a mock pedal. I've only made this one to tell me how I need to make the others differently. If this is my gist, you know. Heat gun, Rob, have you seen one in your endeavors?
No,
Have
those are some of the things I put up.
You put away 12 of them? Okay.
All the ones that I found.
We did throw away the broken one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Heat gun. Yep, it's hot. Ouch.
Are you done with this knife?
Cody, I don't do movies or TV. I do haunted houses. So this is going to a haunted attraction that will have a Stranger Things theme. I'm not able to say what haunted attraction it's going to. But I will not get in trouble for using a licensed character. How's that sound? Okay. Cutting it that way actually gave it a little bit more shape. And this is much closer to the shape of a pedal. Hey Scott, can you take care of Post Malone's comment for me? Post Malone? Not on this channel, man. We're adults. We don't do that kind of crap. Thank you. Man, it amazes me that what people want to post online. Shame is a thing of the past. I'm still ashamed. I don't want people to think I'm stupid. I don't want people to think I'll make fun of myself good-naturedly, of course. But I don't want that crassness on my channel. I don't want that. So please don't. We're all adults here. We're making things. That's what this is about. I have no doubt that there's some clown doing a live stream or whatever that you can hop on and post all the terrible, dirty things you want. And they will appreciate the hell out of you. I do not. If you'd like to post an apology, that can stay up. But if you want to hang out and still be a member and have fun and make stuff, that's cool. But that other stuff, we're not about it. And the more I do YouTube, the more I have to say that. And that makes me a little sad. I think this is too big, Rob. I was thinking that would be like about right. But if I look at the overlap,
It's too big.
That
You
one.
brought the point down to about there.
They need to be narrower.
Also, is that going to reduce visibility for the actor?
Oh yeah. Well, they have to meet up right here.
Right.
That's where they have to meet, so the actor can see out of there. But that'll be a matter of just heat bending this out. But right in between these two, let me grab my Sharpie. Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't say that. Nice. Now there's a drawer somewhere around here for all your grommets.
Right here. It's this one.
Huh.
Okay. Scott is the man when it comes to links.
Have fun on your own time.
Yeah, no fun.
No fun.
I believe in fun.
I believe in making daddies cry.
About that much I've got to take off of there, which is quite a bit. Why we do testing. I'm going to take off a little bit at a time until I get it right. At some point, Rob, we're going to have to go through the sharps drawer
And get rid of all your dull shirts.
and get rid of the stuff we don't really use.
You buy scissors like every time you go to Home Depot.
Well, every time I pick up a bad pair of scissors, I think, I should buy a good pair of scissors.
Okay.
So now what I have is actually a much more petal-shaped petal. And I'm see how this area dips down? It's going to cup the chin a little bit more.
Yes.
You know what I could do? What I could do is make a foam shape that is exactly all four of them closed and then cut it.
That would probably make more sense.
If I made the cone that they become, the half of football basically, if I made that half of a football and then I just cut it up in order to get,
They would fit
they'd all fit together very nicely.
just the way you want.
This is actually kind of nice though, I like that. This is, look, this seam is going to be right up the middle, that'll be nice. You know, with that right there, that'll be really nice. And it only moves in one axis, so that's what I'm going to get. It's going to open up just like that.
All I know is the actor that goes on
Mm-hmm.
needs to be fully trained in how to operate in that. Otherwise, they're going to rip those pedals off the first night.
They have to be able to move with them closed. That's the big deal. And I want this, I'm going to set this up on a momentary switch.
Okay.
So they have to hold the button down for them to stay open.
Okay.
As soon as you let it go, they'll close. And this is not the sexy part of what we do. I'm not sculpting right now. I'm figuring it out. If I don't spend enough time doing this and talking through it and knowing that just what Rob said, if these are out all the time, they're going to catch camo net and they're going to tear right off. Because durability and mechanical do not go hand in hand. Okay. Scott, did we end up banning Mr. Post Malone, or did we just delete his message?
Because I seriously doubt it was the Post Malone.
He's on a timeout. Very good. I like that. You know what's good about Scott? He does not abuse his moderator powers.
These are all different. So entertaining is the back.
Would you cut me out one more of these, please, sir, and make sure that the outside is the smooth side?
Yes.
Okay. Rob,
Yes.
Sharpie. Okay. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Appreciate it. Thank you. This is being made for a Demi Morgan. At the end of this will be a pretty strange thing.
I see what you did there.
Right, yeah. And what that does, this will be a stilt creature for a haunted house. The rest of this is easy. What I've done right now is I've done servo pockets for the servos that are in it. And I'm pretty happy with the sculpture, mainly. You know, there's a lot more that's going to actually happen on this because you know, they're going to have to be replaced one day. All right. Great. The servo is the hinge. It might be a touch more mechanically sound if the servo wasn't the hinge, but I'm also trying to save space in this sculpture. I also want to set this up in such a way that I will be able to, down the road, make a non-servo mechanical version. So these nubs that I have right now would act as hinge points. And I did a lot of smoothing out to get this, you know, look a little more pro. All right. I think I can pull these guys out. Now latex will shrink about 10% on me. What you need?
Wood contact set.
There it is.
I'm using this.
Just taking the servos out in such a way that I leave the sockets clean. We'll do most of my sockets now, sucker. Have a lot of area where I scrape. I've got some tool marks I'm cleaning up. When I pull the teeth out, I've got to smooth out in there without messing up my sockets. I also need to figure out where this mask gets trimmed. All right, so I know I'm going to trim all that out. There's enough of a pocket there for my chin. I also need to put breathing in here because right now I've got no breathing at all. There's a vein-like structure right here I've got to put on. And I want to put a ridge down here that I'll be able to attach fabric to.
Oh. Okay. Why did I make that cut? I thought you
I did, to curve it out. So all that this piece is doing is this will be on here so that I can glue a fabric neck onto the base of this mask. Because I don't want the mask to stop here and the suit to start here. There's going to be a sleeve. This will fade to nothing on the edges. Nothing meaning sticking out, because it'll be even with the neck on the sides. Yeah, exactly. Did you get it domed enough?
Yeah, it's about even. No, it's clean as you said. I'm sorry. I'm not sure it needed to be cut.
What's that now?
Not sure it needed to be cut.
It does.
Okay. Followed your pattern exactly.
Okay.
There's two.
Maybe the one you did, which is this one. Rob, I hate to tell you this, you did this wrong.
Okay.
I said make sure you give me the other side, it curves the other way. You have the dip on the same side as me,
I got you.
so I can't use this one.
Well, you're gonna need it for the top half, but give it here.
No, because those are a different shape.
Then I can.
I don't have a bottom jump to cover.
I can bend it the other way real quick.
But then this side is out, and I want the smooth side on the outside.
Oh yes.
How dare I make sense?
How dare you make sense?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
I'll make it happen.
Thought I was heating that, but not yet. Yes, I do keep Rob around just for his rugged good looks. That's right. The sculpture did not dry out. There's no mold yet. I have a sculpture. Of course it didn't dry out. I sealed it. Awesome. Fondian? Fondian? How do I say that? Fondian? Fondian. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so this creature is going to end up looking a lot like this when it's done. It'll be a stilt monster. These will open and close. That's what I'm working on right now. The top one will not open and close, only these four. And that should be fun. Thank you. This guy right here, he's my favorite. The Wolfman. Yeah, this will be a fun thing to make. Fondian. Fondian? Sounds Irish. Or Indian, depending upon your accent. All right. Boom. So like a boom. So I want to show you guys a really easy way to make ains here in a minute. I just got to pull all these teeth out first, okay? We're going to watch some monster dentistry.
So let me double check. That's what you want, right? I'm going to trim that down.
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
And do you have the cut in the end of it?
Yeah, I just haven't glued it yet.
Gotcha. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Rob, here's why you think it didn't do anything. Those cuts are darts. All right? So it's not a vertical slice will do nothing.
That's what I was...
You're correct. It's not a vertical slice. It's a dart.
Now that makes sense.
So
Well, don't.
when I open, yeah, I do have to open it up so you see what the angle is. I thought you had cut this and re-glued it so you could see how much that dart was.
Gotcha.
So now when you glue that together,
Yes, then
it'll
curve.
fold up on itself
That's
and
why
make a curve.
I was slightly confused.
And you have to glue this one back together too now. At least you have stuff to do. Job security, Rob. The more of your stuff I mess up behind you, the more job security you have.
Awesome. Awesome.
The more stuff you mess up, the less job security you have. Such is life on the ocean floor.
I run into that as well.
You're a man of many talents. Oh yeah, I'm pulling out teeth. And Rob, will you get the belt sander plugged in, please?
Yes.
That's right. Rob is the Cinderella of haunting. Exactly right. Rob, do this. Rob, do that.
It's pretty much what I get at work too.
Well, if you have a skill set,
I have several. Most of them are underappreciated in my system.
yeah, how's that computer science degree you got in 87 working out for you?
No, sir. It's a degree in theology.
That's what Ed got. Ed has a computer science degree from 87, which means nothing, sadly. You know, if you stay working in the field, but you know what? That's a field where if you're out of it for 2 years, you know, you're late. Yeah, you're behind. So over.
So that was one of the scarier moments of this experience.
Why's that?
I was pushing it.
Nice.
Hit me in the face.
Nice.
Didn't cut me.
Rob's accident prone.
I used to not be, but since I started working with Alan, I don't know what the correlation there is, but there's something. Maybe it's because of Nate the Witch put the hoodoo on me.
Would not doubt it.
He evil. Good thing she's good looking. She probably will be the death of me.
I think all young witches are good looking. When they get older, they go towards hagdom. That's what happens.
Well, my witch is in her 40s.
It's always the pretty young witch who lives in the woods, or the ugly old witch who lives in the woods. I think they're the same witch. It's just time has passed.
Or glamour.
Or it's a fairy glamour. It was from when I used to play online. I kept getting killed, so I made a second character of a different type, and the first randomly generated name it was Fondolin. Kind of a pun on fun dying. Okay. Yes, they will be used in the mask, and I was using them for the socket shape. So I had a socket shape in order to glue them in the mask. I'm going to cut the stems off, and I'm going to glue them in with E6000. Normally I just mold them in, but it'll cause so many problems in the pouring up process with air bubbles. I would rather just not.
What, the teeth?
Yeah.
Are we molding them tonight?
Yes, I did. JMRIO 777. We do. We have many kinds Halloween nerd. We do lean towards the Haggy witches. That's my favorite. But I think three witches have their place. It's unplugged.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do I have an axe in here?
You know, odds are good you would.
You know what? I could use a handle of a sculpting tool.
That looking so loud.
That's a ball stylus. I don't want to destroy that. I'll destroy this thing. Just what the heck is this thing? It's got like a drill bit on it. That's a clay tool, not a pottery tool, not a sculpting tool.
What the heck? How did I get so far off?
Rob is having some technical difficulties.
Yeah. I got way off. You see?
Oh yeah, you're way off.
Yeah, way off.
So how'd you do that?
I must have cut the dark one.
Didn't you trace it?
Cut it the wrong angle.
But you traced it, right?
Kind of. Not well enough.
No, kind of.
No,
If
I
you trace it,
I didn't trace it well enough.
right. You looked at it and cut it. Trace, my friends, trace. Precision will set you free from my ridicule.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey.
There we go. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I want a nice tool in order to end those sockets for the teeth. I want it to be a little bit bigger, the teeth themselves. It's a half round shape. It is that shape. See, even the people on YouTube know. They say, you will still ridicule him. Yeah, I will. Aha! I can call you Joseph. That's better than J, Mr. IO 777. Oh yeah, we're going over here now. We're unplugging this. They say that love means never having to say you're sorry.
I have a divorce decree that would say otherwise.
And cameras means always having to drag stuff that plugs in with you. Okay, it's about to get loud, but not like in a party way or a I'm drunk and belligerent kind of way. In a I'm making a thing. I now have a tool that I can stamp in. I'm not hitting all of them. I'm only hitting the ones that I think are not quite deep. Really deepening those sockets. There's got a lot of chips in here. Get these chips out. How'd you do, Rob?
Much better.
Another one?
Yes, I did.
So that's the third one that you cut to get one?
I've got it now. I've got it now.
You're saying, ask me to cut another one, man. Ask me to cut another one. I got this.
I don't want to cut another. Three's enough.
And your shirt's on the same.
Yes.
Okay.
If it isn't, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm calling it.
Now the danger of these sockets being too deep is that these are going to be little posts of plaster. And if your posts are too long, they'll break off inside the mold. So I don't want them too deep either. But one thing that bugs me on some mass-produced masks that have the teeth glued in, the sockets are not deep enough. Most of the time. Not all the time. But I could start a side business gluing back in Night Studios teeth and rebuilding Scare Factory for animatronics.
That was some pretty serious shit.
Beautiful work. Not deep enough sockets. You know what? In Scare Factory, you know what? If you keep buying, their stuff is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff.
And some vendors are hurt because they don't have a haunt of their own to do R&D. The Scare Factory made it and ran it in a haunt for a year before they put it on the market. I think they could work out a lot of those kinks. Because I think they actually have gotten better from feedback and stuff. Wet brush is what I need next. Wet brush. I was hoping I'd get to mold this tonight. Not happening. But I will have its final shape down.
This.
Hold on. Step out camera way. You gotta cup yours a lot more. See that? Because you want them to meet in the middle, like this. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you on, buddy. Hello, John Humphrey. You made an 8-bit Jason Voorhees. Is that the purple one?
That's awesome. I saw that.
Thank you, Tony. I love you too. Great. Alan's Chop Shop at Dark Hour. There you go. All right. Comments are largely answered. All right, so I got a wet brush because I did inside of here some work yesterday with a like this, and I didn't get it smoothed out. And I actually think I'm going to need to go in on some of these and actually trench them.
Here, try this one. Switch that.
This tip is going to have to bend a little more.
What else size?
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Let me bend that tip a little bit more. Just a tip.
Just a little.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This will not be one that you'll see moving tonight. What I'll probably do tomorrow is I'll try and figure out the servo stuff tomorrow. While I don't have to. No, I won't. Oh, yes, I will, but I'll have to do it in my office at work. I've got to hang out for the actor training tomorrow night.
I won't be there for that.
You won't.
Not tomorrow, no.
Slacker Rob.
If we'd done it Thursday, I could have done it. Wednesday, I was already booked.
Gotcha. Got a hot date?
No.
Oh.
Kids.
Oh.
We gotta go.
Man, so glad I never had kids.
They're a joy forever, and they're expensive.
Very expensive joy forever.
Yeah, but you can't beat Christmas. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, sleep in as late as you want, have a nice cup of coffee, don't
Yeah.
have to spend $5,000 on presents. Sure. But I get to be Santa Claus.
So do I. 'Cause I'm fat and I have a white beard.
No! And I'm sure Shannon puts cookies out for you.
Heck yes. Alright. That's better. Now I'm going to try and get a tool in there, which is a silicone tip sculpting tool. On the inside of those, right bottom left and bottom right, Rob. Please.
So, does the bulbous part go on the bottom then? This
Yes,
is-
because it goes down to cover the jaw.
Gotcha.
Your face goes down. Alright, so this is a silicone tip sculpting tool. When I use it.
Bad boys.
What's that?
You're gonna paint these.
Oh yeah.
I just put BL and BR.
Okay.
Here, you can figure that out. Yeah, but aren't you gonna want to duplicate these like this for the top too?
No,
We're
I
gonna
gotta
be
make new shapes.
different shapes.
There's no bottom jaw.
Okay.
And this, see this shape here
Covers.
doesn't exist down here.
Right.
So
That's
these
a whole
have
other
to be
issue.
dipped in and then down.
A whole other issue.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm so excited to do my first mold without the assistance of Rob and Alan. That's nice.
Do it, buddy. Do it.
And AA batteries, Rob. What do I?
Gotta have the batteries.
For that, yeah. All right. Let me make movie. Oh.
You know what? I've got some shapes I've got to do in here, which are moderately feminine shapes. Moderate. Okay, good. A little bit of water. Great. I have my sockets. I have these put in. Now I'm going to calm them down a little bit. Paint will be my big delineator between this surface and that surface.
Well, what's baby steps?
Great. Rob, you stepping outside for a refreshment?
Yes.
Would you run the garbage?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Because it's about that time.
I'm constantly trying. It's just. What was it? Sisyphus?
Yeah. We keep making garbage, it turns out.
Yeah, we just.
Great. Go make stuff. Who knew I meant garbage?
Me. I knew that. I knew.
Turn around, bright eyes. Remember that time? I'm going to hide breathing. Well, it's time. Haha, it's in your head.
I can't help but think of it. That meme about the cop pulls you over and you're like, turn around! Every now and then. Sir, I'm asking you to step out of the vehicle. And you get tased. Good stuff.
Not how I got tased. It was one of those Facebook survey point if you've done that. Or take away, yeah, add a point for whatever. I have been tased. We did that back when I was in ninjutsu, just to see what it was like. Everybody in class did it. Fun stuff. The fun stuff part was sarcasm. All right, I said I was going to show you guys how to make some veins, an easy way. There's a lot of ways. Often I use a clay extruder, but this time I'm going to use a wire loop tool. I'm going to designate an area where these will go. I'm going to go right here under the jaw. I'm going to take over this area of the chin. Carving it in, and I'm trenching it to the inside. Just a little. Circular tool, like a paintbrush handle. Give me that same shape. I made a vein, man. And what I'm doing now is I'm just tucking in a couple places for them to start. I'm going to be able to trim out in between all of these. Let's tuck that up into there. I'm running it about halfway through, so I can take it out easy. Okay. Let's run another one. And this was a nice and easy way of making veins. that goes pretty fast, it looks good, and you get a consistent vein thickness, which is good sometimes. This whole area is just going to be this veiny mess. I will stipple a little bit of structure, of just texture, blend it in a little bit more than what it is, but mostly just these big vein structures. I'm going to go on. And I terminate them with this tool here by just rounding it off, and that cuts it and makes it look like it burrows right down into the sculpture. Kind of worn that out, so I'm going to roll it up.
Got the trash box.
Oh, thanks.
Still alive?
Oh yeah. It's a long vein, maybe I'll get 2 runs out of it. Again, I'm using that loop tool. I made a little spot for it to enter. Push it over. When I get it to that end, I'll use this tool to terminate. Give it a rolling motion, and that makes it look like it just goes down inside of the sculpture. There you go. And I'm going to do a couple more of these guys. Okay, so this will give me areas that I can go in and pick out a little bit and cut out for breathing.
You still use your sewing machine?
No, not tonight. Again, I'm not trying to make a spike of plaster in the mold because that's not going to end well. It'll break off, but I do need to just make enough of a nub where I can cut it out, preferably from the inside. Okay, so that's plenty. I'm going to do another trick right now. I'm going to take this clay, make a little pot out of it. A little bit of water from my water cup right there in the middle. Just to give myself a lot of surface area. Now that I have surface area, I'm going to brush that water in and make a nice slurry. With this slurry, see how thick that water got all of a sudden? That's liquid clay right there. And these are 2 separate, they're not veins right now until I cover them in slurry. And then it looks like they've got some membranes in between them, and it just does a lot of good for them. It puts a little bit of texture on them so they're not super smooth. I'm going to go in again with a little bit of texture in there.
That's a lot of teeth.
Still upset about the teeth, huh?
I'm not upset. Reminds me of a goblin shark. Hey!
Yeah, I like me a goblin shark.
They are some hideous things.
It does. I actually think that inner jaw, they modeled it off of a goblin shark.
Did they?
Oh yeah, just the look of it. That perfectly half-round ring of teeth.
You ever seen one eat?
Oh yeah, where it shoots its mouth forward.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Not my favorite aquatic animal, though.
Mine's cookie cutter shark, man. I love those things.
I like cuttlefish.
Why do you like cuttlefish? Because they cuddle?
Because they change color.
Oh.
Because they're chromatophores. And they're awesome.
They are. They are awesome, Rob.
I wish we could
You tell
create
those cuttlefish.
a costume that did that.
You can.
Yeah, but I don't want it to cost $10,000.
Okay, yes, okay. There you go.
I mean,
You've learned. Now you know how the world works.
I was like, I like it, I can't afford it.
All right, so this whole veiny area right now, this area here, and it does look a lot like that on the actual piece this is inspired by. We'll take this. I'm going to put a little bit on these edges to blend in. A lot of sculpting and just good design is transitions. How do you go from one area to the next? Without a border of some kind, this area of veins just looks stuck on. And I don't want that. I want this to be a functional creature. So I'm working on the transition from one texture to another. To keep that from looking like a big vein, we're just going to blend it in so it becomes just this ridge of skin that yields into this veiny area. Boy, that sounds like a line from an adult novel, doesn't it? Yields into the veiny area.
Did you need any more witches?
What? No.
So I can put her up?
Right now I'm set for witches.
Okay. I will put her up.
And you can solder her eyes and pop LEDs in. I need to check. I think they both get red, but I'm not sure. Alright, so this area now has some structure to it. It is its own thing, but it also will hold my breathing area so that this actor can breathe really well. All of these, of course, are going to be how the actor sees, and I think that'll do just fine. That little bar was a little thin for my taste, so I just beefed it up. Now I need to smooth it out. All right, looking good. El Looko El Goodo. Go cephalopods. Harry Beastie said that to you, sir.
Nice.
Because you were talking about cuttlefish.
That's right.
No one else was talking about cuttlefish.
Just me. I just think they're cool, man. You can play with them too, like in aquariums. You go like this against glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go woof, color. They're just cool. I like them.
All right, so we have this monster. This monster can see, yes. This monster can breathe, yes. This monster can hear, no. No, he can't. But right here, back here, I think we've got a good spot to put an ear hole in. That's plenty.
I've worn so many masks without earphones.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
Also depends on the show you're in.
You might not want ear holes.
In our show,
Like if Jake did the sound, is what
if
you're
Jake
saying?
did the sound, you can't really hear anyone. I want to get that man tested. His hearing tested.
What do you say to that?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Okay, so this guy is in good shape. I'm not gonna say he's done yet. He is in good shape. I have this lip down here on the bottom. That's going to give me an area to put oh. Goodbye, Aaron. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Michelle. Bye. Such nice people. Such nice people that I have who watch this channel. Very cool. All right. So these guys go on like this. I move them down a little. Yeah. Oh, Rob, this is getting sexy.
Oh, nice.
It's getting sexy.
We'll probably finish it tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I'll get him. I'll be ready to mold him tomorrow night. Depends on how long actor training goes.
I think it's Bobby and Jason are heading down tomorrow.
Great. Wish I could go in disguise and just be a student.
Well, corset, a wig.
Corset. Rob no longer cares if my disguise succeeds. He's been wanting to see me in a corset for years. Now it all comes to the front. Not only does he wear a dress at every possible opportunity,
That is not true.
now he wants me to do it.
I didn't do a drag queen zombie.
Well, that was your chance because I wasn't there.
Well, I only pushed it a little bit.
Oh, you asked?
No, I didn't ask.
Tell me to take out the trash.
Already did.
There we go.
Already done.
All right, so right now I just cleaned up the edges of that sculpt so that it's going to be easier to mold tomorrow. We're going to take it off the board and lay it down in order to mold it. A couple things I want to make sure of is I want to make sure that plaster goes down into these holders for the servo motors. I want that faux shizzle. I'm going to go ahead and get this nice and sprayed. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yeah, and I think tomorrow I will work on that servo just a little bit and get those squared away.
You need to get Lexi out here. She likes to.
Well, I'm going to have Andy, who is one of our techs at Dark Hour tomorrow. She doesn't know it, but she's going to help me. Thank you.
Don't tell him.
Right, yeah, don't tell Andy. Oh, a close-up. Sure, absolutely. Again, it doesn't look like much right now. There. It doesn't look much right now. Right now, you're seeing little parts, not the whole thing. See that right there? That doesn't look on purpose. That's better. Not perfect, but better. So I'll go over it the next time I'm sculpting. Probably tomorrow I'll just polish up the sculpture on it. You know, make it, get all those little nooks and crannies done and all that. But the actor's vision will be out of here, these 3 slits there, and those 3 slits right there. And I can put holes over here in the corner for a little bit of peripheral. You know what, I'm just going to actually put those in. So I think having that side vision sometimes is very important. If you have a lot of little vision holes, it can make up for not having one big vision hole. Speaking of big vision holes, how's it going, Rob?
It's going pretty good.
Great.
Just trying to clean your shop. I don't know how this brown dust accumulates like that. Man.
Okay. So gang, I'm gonna wrap this sculpture up and then we're gonna call it a night, okay? You guys are awesome. I'm gonna moisten up the old Demi Morgan. And this will probably be wrapped up next week is my guess. Like during the week. If I can get this molded Thursday, I'll put some helpers on doing the duct tape dummy and I'll video that process for you guys. Not duct tape dummy, packing tape dummy, clear packing tape dummy. Caught myself. I'll be doing that. And then I'll knock out this mold. So you guys are awesome. In the meantime, you guys are also sweet for saying goodnight. Go make stuff!